Rough and tough as a beat-it knife man, Vincent Pattison went on to choreograph and direct a string of Jackson videos.
You know, I got the opportunity to work with Michael a lot during sort of what I call the heyday, you know, and at that point everything was always a rush, especially as a choreographer-director, because you knew that, first of all, your work was going to be seen by half the people on the globe. The fun part of the years I worked with Michael was that in every video we sort of played with different techniques. I mean, I took stuff in Smooth Criminal and gave him the first bit of partner dancing that he had ever done or that most people had ever seen on MTV, as well as some effect things, you know, with those guys leaning over and all. When I did Black White, I pulled in dances from all over the world, and then Michael learned little snippets of pieces that were international folk dances, basically. So Michael has never shied away from any form of dance at all, whether from street dance to Russian, whatever the hell it's called, you know? He's the best male dancer that's ever appeared on music videos, ever, in the history of music video, and probably ever will be. Michael would work a move 20 to 100 times non-stop, repeatedly, until it was so in his body that he never had to think about it. Consequently, when it came out, it always looked like it just flowed. And his energy when he moves, it's sort of like if you're in the room with him and he moves, you get, look, this is really, I have goosebumps right now just talking about this, you know. It's something that you don't quite know until you experience it.
Vincent also danced in Thriller, directed by John Landis. Here, he's on the left. Michael has yet to visit makeup.
When people saw the video, that was really a groundbreaker. You know, this sort of choreographed dance. And I saw it sitting with Diana Ross, you know, actually the first time. And even someone as jaded as I had become by then, you know, said, wow, you know, this is really something else.
More exclusive footage, this time Jacko on stage at the Sultan of Brunei's 50th birthday bash. This was Jacko's indecent proposal, $1 million for just one night. There's nothing modest about Jacko's tours.
You create things differently for video than you create things for stage. Stage, everything has to be bigger and more dramatic because you're dealing with thousands of people watching.
It was an enormous amount of equipment, enormous. We had one truck generator that would provide power for an entire village. I mean, it was unbelievable.
I don't know if there's anybody bigger in most places around the world than Michael Jackson. So anywhere you go, there's 1 billion people, you know, flocking around you.
And at one point in Brussels, for instance, there wasn't a place big enough to house all the people that wanted to see the show. So we drove outside of town, and at the edge of a woods, we set up the proscenium, and then all the trucks and everything that contributed to the lighting and everything were on the inside. And there were people in the fields for acres and acres and acres.
Michael has always had this tremendous popularity in Asia and Europe. In the late 80s, Michael, in 1 month, made 14, 15 million touring Japan, and undoubtedly made more than that in some of the later years.
In fact, it all adds up to $100 million, or £69 million from touring. That's despite the massive overheads. And the Liquid Assets totalizer has now soared to £366 million. The money was flooding in from all corners of the world, and Jacko was investing it in the safety of bricks and mortar.